Hey, this is Wileen Benson, and you are on the Daily Gratitude Call, where we start every day in gratitude. Gratitude is the highest energy state that we can be in. It creates a frequency of positive vibration that attracts positive experiences into our lives. Hey everybody, this is Wileen Benson. This is our Daily Gratitude Call. Super excited for what we get to create today. I'm so grateful for those who are here live. Want to welcome you and also welcome everybody who is listening to the podcast. And I encourage you to grab some paper and pen and participate fully as if you are here live. This is a mastermind call. And so if you can get on here live, it's awesome because then we can get to benefit from your comments. And there's just like a lot of really cool energy that happens here on the call live. So I encourage you, if you have not done that, to do whatever you can to get on at 7 a.m. Mountain Time at some point so you can feel that energy and experience that live mastermind happening. But you can actually participate as if you were live when you do the private silent meditation that we're going to be going into in just a moment. We do 90-second private silent meditation. And today we're going to be focusing on gratitude for dreams. There were a lot of, I would say probably 6 or 7 comments as we were just kind of warming up, getting ready for our call. Those who are here live, several people mentioned something about dreams. And so I just thought, well, there we go. That's what we're going to focus on today. So I'm really grateful for the comments that are made here live and that help to create the setting that we get to explore and learn from. So let's go ahead and jump into that 90-second private silent meditation. Just get to a place where you can find, maybe it's not quiet, but close your eyes and just listen for 90 seconds. Write down wherever it comes to you. This is your own personal inspiration on gratitude for dreams. Begin. All right. A couple things that came immediately, and then it kind of went to something else that I feel like could be a subject in itself. At the very beginning, I thought of the word dream alignment call because that is the word that was the title that I gave to the call that I offered to do at the end of our GPS Planner Masterclass. For anyone who listens to that replay, or if they were there live, I offered to do a free call, and I didn't really have a name for it at the time, but I ended up calling it a dream alignment call. And it has really proved to be the best name that I could have created and I didn't know it at the time when I put that title on it, but it really is taking what people, what their ultimate dream is, you know, like so far out there that you can't even, first of all, gaining clarity on what that dream is, that you know, so far out there you think you could never do it in this life, but it is possible. And then aligning that with your life's purpose and your goals, you know, that you're setting on a weekly and a monthly basis. And we're a brand new month, so this is a great time to get into that replay if you haven't yet. I'll make sure that that link gets put in this blog post. Anyway, so dream in that sense is like this far out there vision of what can be, but you know, right now in our physical self, we can't really, you know, grasp that or understand it. And then that kind of led into dreams, like night dreams or even daydreams. It is, I see it kind of as like another dimension. It's something that exists. This place where dreams are is something that exists, but we can't access it unless we kind of turn off our brain. We let our brain go to sleep. And a couple of questions came up for me that I'm, you know, just kind of curious to ponder on. And that is that I've heard that the subconscious never sleeps, that it's always working. And that's why it's important to program our subconscious, you know, especially right before we go to sleep, to speak our new beliefs or whatever, to program our subconscious so that it can work for us. So I've heard that. I also am thinking that, you know, and this is like a question I have, but I'm thinking that the conscious mind never sleeps as well, that there's some sort of awareness, and that subconscious mind and conscious mind can possibly be communicating with each other in a way that they can't when we're physically awake and we're focused on different things. So just kind of some interesting thoughts, and no real, you know, solid answers yet, but I just love the idea of these different dimensions that we have access to if we allow our brains to be open and our subconscious and our conscious mind to kind of work together to access these other dimensions. Who else has something they'd like to share?
I'll share.
Okay, Melissa, and then sounds like Kathy has something too.
So I was awake all night. I felt like all night just dreaming, and I couldn't remember a lot of my dreams, which I was frustrated about because I felt like they were important. But the last dream I had before I woke up, I won't go into all the details, but basically I was holding a microphone and someone else was moderating, and I also had the microphone, and this other person would not let me speak. And I was really frustrated and like really hurt that he wouldn't let me speak. And I woke up and I was just like, oh my gosh, my voice, like someone's trying to take away my voice. And you know, it wasn't a very positive dream, but I just feel like I am so, I guess, protective of my voice and just having the ability to speak when I feel called to. And so it's just really, like you were saying before, it's just really good for me to kind of look within myself and see if maybe there's some places where I'm not feeling like I can speak my truth.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looking within, I think, is a really great place to go when we have a dream. Is very first thing is like, okay, what am I doing to, you know, that created this, like maybe even like a warning or something in a dream. And then also maybe looking without, you know, outside of how, you know, what are the circumstances that are happening that would actually, you know, put me into this situation. And, you know, for you to be able to wake up, even though it's sort of a nightmare, to wake up and really look at it logically and be neutral about it and just make some choices based on what you've learned. Love that. Thank you. Kathy, did you have something?
Yeah, thanks. So The dream that woke me this morning was about how I deal with money and food and friends. And it was like, so it was kind of disturbing because it was like, oh, not enough, that same old
Mm.
limiting belief that comes with not enough. And I woke from that thinking about something that I had seen of Warren Buffett, who, depending on the stock market, determines whether he's going to spend $3 or $2.50 at McDonald's every morning on the way to work, and that he still
Interesting.
works, and that so yeah, it was really interesting. So, but then when we chose the topic of dreams, I was just like, I would really rather turn to the dreams of the vision I have for achieving my best life, and the dreams of always having enough and never worrying about money, because that seems a huge distraction to the more important thing of how we build relationships.
Wow, beautiful. Those dreams that we have at night come sort of unbidden, and there's some things that we can learn there, but I love that idea of choosing to turn towards the dream of what you truly want and making those choices that are going to take you there.
Yeah.
Love that. Thank you. Thoughts?
We have two kinds of dreams. We have a sleeping dream where we relax and we defrag, if you will, like a computer.
Mm-hmm.
And we need that time so that we can assimilate everything that we've done. And that's when we get our true rest. And when we defrag, sometimes we don't remember, and it's little snitches and snatches that are put into proper places or categories. But we also have visions and inspiration and clarity when this happens. And then we have our awake dreams, and those are our goals. Those are our desires and the push to achieve something that is important to us, a fabulous goal, a desire. Dreams also give us answers, and they also give us questions. How can we get there? What do I need to do? Why am I dreaming this or thinking this? And then it helps us set up goals. And then we have paths that we can follow. It gives us the vision of where we are, where we could go, where we've been. They also help us relax. And there's fear and excitement in dreams.
Cool. Thank you. I think it is interesting how a lot of times when you have a dream, like Melissa's, what she shared, there's a definite, something that makes sense that you can kind of put two and two together. I've had dreams where you wake up and you're like, whoa, that was weird. And, it's like things don't seem to be connected. But then if I allow, I always keep a paper and pen by my bed so I can write some stuff down if it's, because it's just like sometimes you just have it for a moment and then it's gone. And I'll write stuff down and then really allow myself to open my mind and heart to elaborate on it and see how things are really connected, and things that don't seem to make sense actually can be pulled together into something meaningful that will give me next steps or confirm something, or help me understand what's happening right now that I need to change or whatever. And the other thought that I had while you were talking, Ruby, is I'm curious, like you were talking about, that when we relax, when we sleep, we're relaxed, we defrag. It's also been said that that's when we heal. Like to sleep is a good way to heal, muscles that have been overworked or whatever. I'm curious, that is that possible to do when we're awake, if we allow ourselves to kind of get into that meditative state, if all of that is happening at that time as well, if we can receive those inspired thoughts, if we can see visions, beyond the physical world, if we could actually heal ourselves. I'm thinking that feels like a truth to me. And I think it would serve me to believe that, instead of just like having to wait until night and hope we have something, that comes to us, that we can actually put ourselves into that quote dream state, as we're in the waking times as well. It's just an interesting thought. Let's get maybe one more. Go ahead.
I want to add to that. If we have the Spirit of the Holy Ghost with us, what you're saying is entirely possible. It can happen. It does happen.
Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate you adding that little bit. That's a huge bit. Thank you. Let's get maybe one more share, and then we'll shift over to our permission process.
Oh, I'll share.
Okay, Melinda.
Something that I've been noticing the last few years is that when I dream, it comes in two ways for me. One is either processing and clearing things out, and the other is premonition. And so it reminds me of like Joseph in his dreams, and how we can be prepared that way. And so I find dreams being like a preparation process of either getting ready to clear something out, getting ready to heal, move on, or also bringing something to my awareness. And so I just find them interesting. And so when you were talking about communication between the subconscious and conscious mind, I remember last week I was really exhausted, and I noticed something that I'd been asking my kids, please go to bed. That's when I do my homework. Please go to bed on time so I can do my homework. And then I realized my body was kind of saying the same thing. Can you please go to bed so I can do what I need to do? Like my subconscious mind. So anyhow, I found that really interesting last week.
Wow, so cool. I'm so glad that you shared, Melinda, because I actually saw some new clarity in something, and wow, how powerful. Please go to bed, body, so I can do my homework.
Yeah.
I love that. The other thing, when you were sharing about Joseph of Egypt, and there are other people in the scriptural, in scriptural history that were able to, that had dreams, or were able to interpret dreams. And that might be an actually an interesting study. If someone would like to do that, I think that would be a really interesting study about the dreams that are in the scriptures, and kind of what you can learn from those dreams, and also the interpretation of them, and just, for you personally, what that might mean. The thought that came to me with that, with Joseph, he went to he shared a dream that he had about the sheaves of wheat. I think that he had a sheaf of wheat, and all of his brothers had a sheaf of wheat, and even his father had a sheaf of wheat that fell down in front of him. And so it's like they were bowing down to him. And I mean, this was just a dream, but his brothers got super angry about it. And it just made me wonder if we have discounted the power of dreams over, the millennia, and that possibly dreams are more real than we really give them credit for. And I encourage all of you to have some paper and pen by your bed, and it'll be kind of interesting over this next few days, few nights, as you sleep, to see what you get to actually learn, now that we've kind of opened up this idea that maybe dreams are actually more powerful, more real, more instructive, more premonition than we had thought in the past. Thanks for everybody's shares. Let's go ahead and shift over to our permission process. And if you are having more thoughts about, things that you'd like to share, please go to the Facebook group, Breakthrough with Gratitude, and share your thoughts there. We'd love to read those. Take a deep breath. And I'm just going to walk you through a vision that I'm actually seeing right now, and just allow us to kind of get into that dream state. Just invite you to, again, take one more deep breath and envision yourself walking in water, and that you are able to breathe just fine, that everything feels very comfortable and peaceful, that you're walking through this, not even like a path or a channel or anything. It's just, there's just you and the water, and you're walking easily. And up ahead in the short distance, you can see that there is a portal. I'm just going to allow you to decide what that portal looks like. Just allow the vision to unfold to you, whatever that portal looks like. And this portal leads to another dimension that will allow you to see and physically experience different things than you can see or experience in the physical world right now. It might be premonition of things to come. It might be information that would help you to prepare for what is to come. We don't know what's on the other side of that portal, but we have the means and the ability to do it, to go through that portal and to be able to see what's on the other side. So I invite you to just easily and confidently walk towards that portal, and take a deep breath and allow yourself to, as if you were even asleep, just allow yourself to relax all of your body, breathing very deeply and easily, and slip quietly and easily through that portal into the other side. And just be aware of whatever you're seeing as you step into that other world. And if it doesn't make sense, don't try to make sense of it. This is a different dimension where conscious thought, logical thought does not exist. And just allow yourself to be shown whatever exists on the other side of that portal. And if it's something that is bringing fear to you, I invite you to just be okay with it for right now. So again, this is a different dimension. It's not a physical dimension, so nothing can happen to you. Nothing can harm you here. Just allow it to be. And don't try to, again, bring logic into it or systemize it or label it or anything like that. Just let it be. Just see and experience, and allow understanding to dawn on you of the meaning of these things that you're being shown. Disengage your conscious mind and allow just understanding to be the only thing that is present. And in a moment, I'm going to invite you to go back through that portal and walk through the water once again and return to the physical world. And so just take one last look around to make sure that you've grasped and gathered everything that is there for you. And when you're ready, go ahead and go back to that portal and slip through easily back into the water and walking confidently and easily back to the physical world and slipping back into your body with this information in hand. And now that we are back in the physical world, re-engage your mind and your physical faculties, the emotions that you feel in the physical body, knowing of things that are going on, circumstances that you're currently experiencing, and also future goals that you have that you're working on. And apply this information that you've received to all of that, to the physical world, and just see what you can learn. And the first question I have for you is, what is the limiting belief that is showing up for you right now? What is the disconnect? What is the conflict? What's the, if there's a low vibration emotion happening, what is the cause of that? What's the root of that low vibration emotion? Whether it be doubt or worry or frustration, whatever those low vibration emotions, where's that coming from? What's your limiting belief? And with every limiting belief, there is a cost. So just take a moment and examine what the cost is of that limiting belief. If you hold on to it, what is that going to create? What is it going to stop you from creating? How's that going to interfere with the new information that you have? And if you don't like that, you can trade it in for something different. You can totally give yourself permission to choose a new belief. So if you're ready to give yourself permission to choose a new belief, say yes.
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 Awesome. Let's go ahead and choose some new beliefs, at least 2 to 3 new beliefs to take the place of that old limiting belief. Allow yourself to step into a completely different space and choose those new beliefs. And Michelle, I'm acknowledging you. I do see that your hand is raised, and I'll get with you in just a moment. Choosing those new beliefs, and then allow yourself to just visually and through your imagination going back to that dream state that you were in just a moment ago. And do these new beliefs apply? Will they help to support the new information that you have? Will they allow you to step forward and continue forward? And make any adjustments that you need to. Take one more deep breath and allow yourself to be once again in your imagination back in that dream state and using these new beliefs to support everything that you've learned. And what is the one most important thing that you could do today to bring that dream state into physical reality in the most positive, effective, and forward-moving way? What's your inspired shortcut today to using what you've learned to move yourself forward, quantum leap yourself forward, as we know that dreams can allow us to do? We are almost at the end of our time. Michelle just messaged me and said that she was just saying yes, she's ready to give herself permission to change. Thanks, Michelle. And I do feel like that there is someone who it would really benefit the whole group for you to share your experience, something about your experience. So while you're gathering your thoughts, if you're the person to do that, I want to just invite anybody, if you're struggling with this at all, or if you feel like you need some extra support in actually implementing what you've learned, please go to askwylene.com and schedule a 15-minute call with me. That's a free call. It will take you directly to my calendar. askwylene.com will take you to my calendar, and you can schedule a time that's convenient for you. And I would love to have that time with you. Who has something that they would like to share about their experience today?
I will.
Hey, Ruby, and then Mandy.
Okay. My limiting belief is fear of failure for myself. And my shortcut is to realize my personal potential. I need to trust myself more completely, and to the inspiration that I receive is for my progression, and it is definitely okay to leave behind the yesterdays, because they've already created who I am today, and I owe those uncomfortable things that happened, I owe them nothing other than maybe a brief thought of memory.
Wow, beautiful. Thank you, man. Thank you, Ruby. So such powerful new statements. Thank you. Mandy.
Yes, I was thinking it was really interesting as I was pondering about it. I could just, when I try to dream or I try to move forward with different things, I close my eyes and I see this big wall of like black. And today I could see this little hand that came through, and it was like, I'll help you one step at a time. And so I know that my life's dreams come true one step at a time, and that I'm being guided one step at a time.
Wow, beautiful. I love that. That's so powerful and so helpful. There's a lot of people, I think, that feel exactly as you do and or have in the past, and that's going to be very helpful. Thank you. All right. Well, I would love to continue having everybody share, but we are definitely at the end of our time. I appreciate everything that has been shared, and I encourage you to go to our Facebook group, Breakthrough with Gratitude, share your thoughts there. Love to continue celebrating with you, and look forward to being back together tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Mountain Time. Thank you.
Have a great day.
Hey, thanks so much for listening. And I encourage you to tune in every day to the Daily Gratitude Call. And the Daily Gratitude Call happens live every weekday morning. I'd love to have you join. So to find out how to join live, go to my website, wylenebenson.com. Thanks for tuning in.